Good evening. Voters of Marine Parade GRC, MacPherson SMC, and fellow Singaporeans. Every year, we recite the National Pledge on National Day together as a nation. At our Golden Jubilee celebration, we again pledge to build a democratic society together. The National Pledge is a reminder to all of us. If we have a democratic society as the foundation, we will be able to achieve happiness, prosperity, and progress for our nation. But what is a democratic society? Is it not just about having elections and fulfilling your duty to vote? Is it about having a state in this country and exercise your rights as a stakeholder? As a stakeholder, we must ensure that Parliament represents the diversity of Singapore with credible opposition members and a government that is responsive to the people. Only then will Singapore move in the direction that is consistent with the beliefs and hopes of the people. Today, we have a political system that is skewed, a parliament that is imbalanced. While the PAP obtained only 60% of the total vote share in 2011, they had more than 90% of elected members in parliament. This is worrying and unhealthy for Singapore. Even reputable international analyst reports, such as Economic Intelligence Unit, when reporting in Singapore, stated that, I quote, "In the long term, the mismatch between the PAP's continued parliamentary dominance and its declining popular support is politically unsustainable. Every voting system has its flaws and idiosyncrasies, but one in which the 40% of the population who voted for opposition parties are represented by just 7 legislators will lead to increasing public demands for electoral reform," unquote. Lack of representation will only make Singaporeans increasingly frustrated and suppressed. It is a time bomb that is waiting to explode. We must not wait till then. We must take action now to ensure that Singapore will be able to transform itself in a progressive and steady manner. The Workers' Party will represent you in a manner befitting of a rational, responsible, and respectable political party. We believe that Parliament is not a place for MPs to roar at one another. It is a platform for dignified and civilized discussions. The ruling government should set an example of welcoming questions and open discussions in Parliament instead of using a legitimate question asked in Parliament to launch an attack against the opposition members who raise it so as to intimidate them. It is a fallacy to say that the PAP can check themselves. PAP can give different views, but they cannot take action by voting against the PAP in Parliament. If they do, the PAP leaders will whip them into line, and it will be just all raw but no bite. And they may not be fielded again at the next election. PAP seems to understand the importance of checks and balance. As former Prime Minister Mr. Goh Chok Tong himself said in Parliament on 4th of October 1990, I quote, "While honest men are still in charge, it is prudent for us to institute a system of checks and balance in our political system. Instead of banking on good fortune to throw up good government for the next 30 years. Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong may have forgotten what his predecessor had said on checks and balance. But we know that what was said 25 years ago is very real for us today. We cannot allow Singapore to fall into a situation where our survival depends only on the PAP or just on any one party. We must not allow the parliament to continue with a one-party rule, knowing that it will weaken and destabilize our country in future. Do not allow yourself to be at mercy of the government. This is our country, and we must take ownership. Because Singapore belongs to the people, regardless of race, language, religion, and ideals. Vote Workers' Party. Empower your future. Thank you.